What's up, you guys?
What's going on, everybody?
Luke the Window Cleaner.
Rihanna.
And we are here on Window Cleaner Radio. It's our podcast / video series with window cleaning resource. You, of course, I don't know if you're watching us here on their YouTube channel, but go ahead and hit the subscribe button now if you are not already subscribed. And the like to let us know that you guys like that we're here. And if you guys are listening to it, you're listening to it on Window Cleaner / radio. That's where we are. We're on Google Play, Apple iTunes. I believe that's where they shove it out there. All this information. Look for us. Listen to us. If you like us, if you don't like us, listen to us. Because you hate us, whatever you got to do. We actually missed last month. It was like birthday craziness. It was my 30th, my mother's birthday, my sister's birthday. My nephew was born the day after my birthday. Love him to death.
Happy birthday, Eli.
Yes, love Eli. So we were so busy last month we weren't able to do it, but this winter we shouldn't miss a beat.
You're going to crank him out.
Yes. And we want to know what you guys want to hear. So tell us what you guys want to hear, and we will make the video. It doesn't even have to be about window cleaning. If you guys want to hear about flat Earth.
We keep bringing up that flat Earth thing.
You guys want to hear about flat Earth, please?
I want to talk about flat Earth so bad.
I mean, anything you guys want to talk about, we're here. We want to talk to you guys. So let us know what you guys want to hear from us.
On today's episode, we're going to be talking about some of the tools that we found to be, I guess, the most helpful or most valuable in our company.
That sounds so boring. Today, we're going to talk about the best tools that we worked with in 2017. It should be like a big glitter
neon light going off over here.
Yeah.
And I would also like to talk about some tools that we tried out or tools and products that we tried out that we weren't necessarily big fans of, and some of you guys are, and that's awesome.
We are really lucky. We partner with Window Cleaning Resource, and so we've gotten to try out a lot of different tools.
Absolutely.
And the reason behind that is because they want the customers to know what works, what doesn't work. They want us to, look at these new tools, old tools, and tell you guys our opinions on them, because we're the guys who use them every day in the field. That's why you see Tradman, Jordy, Steve-O. We're all testing all these tools out and letting you guys know what we think. So that'll help you guys, so you guys aren't buying junk, And so we're really lucky to have partnered with Window Cleaning Resource for that.
Yeah, and it's awesome because a lot of their sales representatives too, they're not just guys that are in there taking phone calls, making suggestions. They too know. They've been in the field. Some of them are still in the field, like John Lee, for example. He still owns a window cleaning company. So when you call this guy and ask him about tools, it's not some guy that's never been in window cleaning before. He knows what he's talking about because he uses these tools on a daily basis in his own business. So you get real feedback from guys at Window Cleaning Resource or from their YouTubers. So anyways, Reanna, do you want to kick it off? Tell us, what was one of your favorite tools? Let's start off with squeegees. You want to start off with tools? Traditional tools?
Okay.
Sure.
So we made the switch from so we use the Ed Super Channel, which everybody knows. If you don't know, we use the Ed Super Channel, and we'd always use the Ed handle that went with it. This year, we switched over to the Ninja handle, and man, we were missing out. I don't know why it's your fault. It's your fault we didn't do that sooner. I was so new, I didn't even know. But since using that Ninja handle, that thing is comfortable. It is so comfortable to hold. The angle on it is fantastic. I love that handle. It's
everything about it.
Yeah, it's my favorite handle that I think I've used.
Well, I will go with something that we did like, and maybe it was a little early, I think, of 2017, but the accelerator handle. I love that handle. Light years past the wagtail, or I think that's really the only other competition it has. But there's so many different features to that tool, and it's not really fair. And Bob Hat's corrected a lot of people when they refer to it as a pivoting pull tool. That is a wagtail. A wagtail is a pivoting pull tool. You could use it in your hands. I'm not a big fan of it because it's just going to wear you out. But the Mormon is a multifunctional tool. It really is.
And it was really easy to learn. Coming from someone who's been doing this for just a little over 2 years. Because you had the wagtail when I first started with you, and you tried to get me to learn to use the wagtail.
Yeah.
And it was difficult to learn that. And then I didn't really like doing pole work at all. And then when we got the accelerator and you had made your couple changes that you do, I was able to pick it up like that. It was like maybe a week. And
you
now,
picked it up really fast.
Yeah, now I can. I mean, it's really easy to use. That's my should be like tattooed on my head. Easy to use. Like I like. Oh no, it shouldn't.
The
That's
ease.
bad.
It's the ease values, Reanna.
Yeah, the ease values. No, but it is just easy to use, and that's what I go for in a tool.
You know what I think it is? In my opinion, this is like one of my selling features when people ask us why we like the accelerator or the accelerator handle so much is because of that wider pivot. And you'll notice holding or using that tool versus the wagtail's got this tighter pivot on it, and it almost feels like it's restricting the tool. That accelerator's got this wider pivot, so I think it's easier, like you said, to use.
And the different angles.
Oh my gosh.
So sometimes
that's my
so that we just got a new restaurant job, and I have to like stand on a booth to get to to pull this window, and there's a lamp right here, so I have to be like kind of like right. That's why I have to stand on the booth to do it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but
I know which
I
one.
have to be right up to the window to do it, and if I didn't have that 40 degree,
yeah.
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it.
No, and see, the wagtail doesn't, and that was always my beef with the wagtail. So when you're standing right up to a window like this, you got to be holding the tool out here like this to try to clean it properly to keep that angle, because there's no adjustment on the angle. So that was one of the brilliant things they did with it.
And the pad, the Mormon sleeve, that is.
Do you remember all my days of stitching and sewing?
Yes, done. Like we don't have to do that anymore.
I did not really enjoy that.
Yeah, that Mormon sleeve, whether it be the one for your T-bar or the flick pad, that thing, I tell everyone about it, or Luke tells everyone about it, but it's me. I'm like, get that Mormon sleeve. You will
best on the
not
market.
regret it. No, it is like hands down the best sleeve on the market. Holds the most water. The Velcro is fantastic. It doesn't go out on you like every other sleeve that I have.
How often did that happen with the Micro Tiger sleeves?
Oh my gosh.
That was one of the first things to go, is the Velcro.
So we got the Micro Tiger, and it was fine, and we used them for like 2 months, and then we had to get new ones because they were worn out. And we got must have gotten a bad batch or something. It was like in a week, the Velcro was done. You couldn't use it anymore. But yeah, with the freaking...
The Mormon, everything about those Mormon pads is really high quality. It really is. And the thing is also the longevity of those pads. Because like you said, are the sleeves. I know the Unger Ninja sleeve would be one of my actual least favorite sleeves because it wore out so quick. It seemed like it started doing that dreadlock thing, and it started all matting up and everything, and it just seemed to lose all of the water retention really quick. But the Mormon sleeve... Man, you can use one of those sleeves comfortably 6 months plus, and it's still holding the same amount of water, almost as brand new. The scrubbing power is awesome. It's fantastic. One of the last things I'll say about the that Mormon accelerator is the option to turn it into a locked tool or a pivoting tool. Again, just another feature they put on there you're not going to find with not necessarily with wagtail. You could lock it up, but not quite like you can with the accelerator. Oh, our cat Stella wants to love on me here. Okay, so can I start the next little segment off with my favorite? Let's go into water-fed.
Okay.
And everything water-fed. So my favorite all-around water-fed piece of equipment that we've added. I would say, and that's a hard one because we've added, I mean, this has been like the year of water-fed for us. All in all, hands down, my absolute favorite thing is the Xero Ultimate 40 pole. It really is. It's just like it's the best. Yeah. And we have tried out quite a few different poles. We have an Unger and Light. We have a Tucker. We have Northern Light, Xero Pro. And I'm telling you, out of all of them, absolutely love the Xero Ultimate high modulus carbon fiber pole. It is seriously just the best pole.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is.
Man,
I can use. We've got a couple more poles now, so I can use a couple more. But that's my go-to.
When it comes to like a no fool around pole, and I know I've got some serious work to do, and like I don't have time to screw around, that's what I go for.
You've got 4 houses in a day. You've got to get done.
I leave the other ones at home. Like, nope.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
It's light enough to where you can use it all day long without killing yourself. And it's still rigid enough to get the job done. To get
the upper windows comfortably. And and this is so important to me, is the collapse length.
I know people who don't have waterfed pole, or maybe even people who do, don't care about the collapse length of the pole. But whenever you have one in your hands, it matters.
It does, because groundwork is really important.
Groundwork, or if you're in like between 2 houses. If you're in between 2 houses and you got to extend that thing up, like you don't want a whole bunch at the bottom.
No, and that's the reason I wasn't like blown away by the Ungern light. And I really thought when we got the Ungern light, it was going to be amazing. But then when I started looking at like how you put because the Ungern light comes in a 22-foot section. It's 22 feet. And then you have these 11-foot, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's 11-foot extensions, but the extensions go on the bottom of the pole. There is no other pole that has the high quality craftsmanship as an Unger. I mean, that is like German engineering at its finest. It's an amazing pole, but the collapse length of the pole is ridiculous, and then how the extension goes on, I just wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah, the clips are confusing. It's just like.
But you want to talk about a high quality, long lasting pole, and man, Unger light, that's awesome. But I want to go back to the Xero Ultimate. That thing is just my go-to pole. I feel like I can pump out more work with the pole because I'm not trying to like goof around or do anything funny with it or anything. If I want to get ground like first level windows, no problem. Second story windows, third story, fourth story, whatever, I can knock it out real fast. And the weight of it. Maybe it's because it's our only high modulus pole, and if you guys aren't into water fed or you don't have one yet, high modulus is going to be kind of like the holy grail of the carbon world. And I think they do have ultra high modulus, which is even better, but it's more rigid, lighter, just all around better. And that's our only high modulus pole. And I'm telling you right now, it makes a world of difference. The clamps are they're non-pinching clamps, which I also love because, man, you get and that sounds like a little thing. And I say that every time I say that. You get pinched by a Tucker 35 coming down from 3 stories.
They'll split you open.
You tell me about that. And so if it's not painful, like it's not fun to get pinched. And all it takes is a second. You're just not thinking about it. Whap! Ah! Mm-hmm. So I could just go on for days about the Xero Ultimate 40. I love that pole. Reanna, what was your least favorite pole that we've used in 2017?
I don't know that I have a least favorite.
Okay.
I don't think that's fair because there's only so many that I can use. I know the heaviest pole we have is the Tucker, and I can't use it. If I was all Steve-O over there and all bulked up,
man.
But I'm not like that.
It's not a problem. I just carry 3/4 DI tanks around
over my shoulder.
Can we tell that story just real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
When we first got into waterfed, Steve-O tells us, we're like, Steve-O, what do you use for a purification system? He's like, well, we use DI. And I'm like, oh, okay, just straight DI. So, like, how do you have it on a dolly or what? He's like, no, man, I just pick up the 3. It's a 3/4 cubic DI tank. He's like, no, I just pick it up around with me, walk around the house. And I'm like, wait, what?
Because that thing's heavy.
I think it's like 80 pounds.
Without water.
And he just picks up one. Let's go clean this window with one hand.
I don't think that's fair to say.
Least favorite pole? It's not fair.
So the poles that I can use, I would say the Unger, I guess, would be my least favorite pole.
The Unger?
Yeah, I mean, because that's one I can use. I can only use like 3 poles that we have.
Oh, I thought you said least. Yeah. You love the Unger.
Yeah, I do like it, but I like the 40 better. So.
Oh, yeah.
But the Tucker is too heavy for me. I can't use it. But I will say that thing is made like a tank. Quality work. If you have large commercial
employees,
yes, the Tucker is fantastic. I don't think that's fair. I don't even think I could say it's my least favorite because I can't use it. I physically cannot use it.
No, that's true, and that's I think we love all of our poles for different reasons.
We sleep with them at night.
Cuddle
tell them
them.
bedtime stories. Braid their hair.
No, but the Tucker has so many little like detail. There's so much that went into each Tucker pole. You can tell it was really well thought out. Like the metal end caps, the aluminum clamps,
the shorty at the end.
The shorty at the end. I know that they added an extra layer of resin to it to preserve the pole from wear and tear. I would just say if you had employees and you're cranking out business, like cranking out commercial jobs, and the great thing about it too, it can grow with your company too. So you can keep adding extensions to it. It is a well-made pole.
Yeah.
It's just on the heavier side though. That thing.
And we so small.
We so small and frail.
I
We
say my
need
favorite.
high modulus.
So my favorite thing that we've added with the water-fed pole would be the Tucker brush and the bronze wool pad holder combo.
Oh yeah.
Because before, I think we had just like a Phoenix brush,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like, well, this isn't great. You can't use this on first time cleans, and that's the truth. If you just have, I mean, you could. If you're just using a brush and water, it is really difficult to on first time cleans to get the windows the way you want them to look. Now, if you've got the bronze wool pad holder, or if you've got a guy going in front of you with a pole and steel wool and doing that, yes, it's doable. If you use a chemical or soap or whatever, it's doable. But with the Tucker brush, which is the best brush we have used,
Hands down.
I like the old school, just the straight nylon brush. I don't even need the hybrid, but the hybrid's great too.
Yep. A little bit of both, best of both worlds with
right.
the
So
hog's
either
hair.
one of those two brushes plus the bronze wool, it just cuts your time down so much. I mean, with the univalve, because we don't turn it around and get sprayed in the face with water. So with that combo there, it is just, it makes your jobs look perfect, and it feels good to do that, and that's what your customers want, and that's what you want to do, and so when we first got into water-fed, we were like, oh no, this is taking forever, because we're using that Phoenix brush and just that Phoenix brush, and then we tried up a different pole with steel wool.
And it's so counterintuitive. We're carrying two poles around. I'm killing myself. It's taken I'm like, why don't I just go get a ladder?
Yeah. And so getting that onto our pole has been the smartest thing we've done, I think.
I would like to say that I think it's fair that we judge our tools off of their everyday performance. We really do. So when I use a tool and say it's 2 days or 2 jobs in, and I'm already having hiccups and I'm fidgeting with it, and I'm like, I'm going to have to modify it like this and do that, do this, and I still can't get it to work, it's not a good tool. And that's our opinion. It's not working the way that we need it to perform. So we need tools that are going to work right every single time in the scenarios that we're going to put the tools through. So I would like to say lastly that I think another one of my favorite add-ons was the Xero Pure. Switching over from DI, I think there was quite like a little bit of a shock at first because there's a lot more going on with a Xero Pure or a 3-stage system. Not really, but at first I was like, wow, there's a little bit more going on with a 3-stage system versus just a straight DI tank. And then once you just familiarize yourself a little bit with the system, it's a no-brainer. For us, with the TDS that we have, and that's always a big thing. Our cats are going at it here.
Cat fight.
People are always asking if they need a 3-stage system versus DI, and like, is the 3-stage system better? And that's a hard question to answer because it's all based off of the TDS that you're working in your area. I would say on average, I think most guys have an average of 200 TDS. 200 TDS, yes, I would most likely go with a 3-stage system. You're going to save a buku bucks on some resin. And but everything about the Xero Pure, again,
it's easy. It's another easy thing to do. I mean,
and it just
plug
works right
and play, and it works right. It's easy to change the resin. It's easy to change the little filters on there. I mean, it's easy to plug up. It's light, where Luke can lift it up into the truck and not have to have me like spot him.
Like with the DI tank.
With the DI, yeah.
If that was Steve-O, he'd be like, no problem.
I got it. Do you even lift, bro?
No. No, I don't. Not at all.
Nope.
Left Xero Pures.
Oh, and the Xero hose. The Xero hose has been really good too. I know everyone's like, "Oh, this is an ad for Xero."
No, it's because we use the stuff every single day, and it's fantastic.
Every freaking day, and we're telling you that's good. It's not the Xero hose isn't. It's not sticky, and it doesn't like tangle up. Like, yeah, if you have a bush, it's gonna get tangled around the bush. But like, yeah, that's any hose. I mean, I'm just gonna stop talking about it.
No, it's high quality hose because I will say this, that I noticed this about the Tucker hose. Just my opinion. I noticed the Tucker hose is kind of that. It's got some play in it. It's got some little stretch in it, and it's a little bit softer hose, I think, than the Xero hose. Because I saw that kind of like this debate the other day, and I'm not going to get involved, but out of some of the other hoses I've used, like the black Tucker hose, the black hose, the Xero hose is just better. It's not as sticky. There's not as much play in it that I found, especially using the univalve, because that's where I noticed the play. In some of the other brands of hose we use, when I go to tug on it, it's like I'm stretching the hose out before I get the disconnect on the water. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Xero hose, I'm like pull, and it just turn that water right off. So you can feel that play, especially right there when you're tugging on your hose for the univalve.
Something we found that we hated was the what is that? Not the AquaTap.
Oh, the AquaTap.
AquaTap is junk. It is impossible to do if you're over 2 stories.
Over 1 story.
Yeah, it is just impossible. The AquaTap is junk. Get the other one. Get the univalve. Univalve is easy. Just pull, easy. When you're up 4 stories and you're trying to turn that brush, it is like impossible to do.
If you guys are not familiar with what Reanna's talking about, an AquaTap and a univalve, they're both on-off water. They're on-off valves for your water at the pole. So instead of walking over to your purification system and turning the water off there,
or pinching your tube,
the tube, you can do it with either one of these products. The univalve is a twist on and off product that goes at the tip of your pole. So you'll have to twist your pole and to turn that valve on and off. The univalve is an inline product that goes in line with your tubing, and it's a pull. So you pull on the end of your hose on, pull on the end of the hose off. Some guys, I'm thinking that like, whoo, if you're not into water fed. But the AquaTap, man, that's frustrating. The best way I found to operate that at like 2 or 3 stories, I would literally almost have to hook the brush in a gutter to get it to turn on and off.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard about some guys that there's a way to loosen or tighten that twist motion, but the problem then is that it's twisting when I'm not wanting it to twist. Because I found that even when it was that tight, that it's still twisting when I'm not wanting to twist when I'm cleaning the glass. And I'm like, crap, is it on? Is it off? It's a whole thing. Just get a univalve and you'll totally. And I know what you guys are thinking too. When you look at the price difference of the two, the univalve is a little is pricier. The univalve runs about $80, and you're thinking $80 for this little piece of plastic?
Well worth it.
Well worth it. Worth its weight in gold, especially for our style of cleaning windows. We do have a 3-stage system, so we're not extremely worried about preserving our water.
But I don't want to get like splashed in the face every time I go to scrub the window down with that.
Absolutely.
Pad.
Or someone comes by, like the customer comes over and wants to talk to you. Okay, I'll just turn it off, set it aside. I don't have to keep it running everywhere.
Oh, something else that we tried was a tubeless pole. That was a mistake. That is not something I'd ever want to do again.
Really?
Tubeless, yeah. Because remember, I had pulled it and all that pressure built up and like our hose swelled out.
Yeah.
Oh man, tubeless poles, overrated.
We did kind of have a little issue with that tubeless system at that one house.
If you want to know what that is, just YouTube it. But,
YouTube it.
Because I don't want to go into it, but it sucks.
Yeah, YouTube or the tubeless pole.
It would. I guess it would work better if you're going from your van. If you're going directly from your vehicle. That tubeless makes sense.
Like you had a mounted system,
yeah.
Tubeless totally makes sense.
Yeah,
and I think that's where it's popular
yeah.
is in Europe for these like almost route work.
I hated it.
Well, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up. This is a long one.
How long is it?
40 minutes right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, we missed an episode, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Guys, any of the products that we talked about today, again, can be found over at Window Cleaning Resource. If you have any questions about the products that we talked about today, too, please make sure you can hit up John Lee or Jersey Josh or Josh Cronin, two very experienced sales representatives for Window Cleaning Resource. And I would also like to say this is just our opinion. You will find across the board in window cleaning, everybody's got a different opinion on these tools. I mean, if the AquaTap works awesome for you, great. If the Legend's awesome for you, awesome. It's just, it didn't work for what we do.
There are plenty of people who like the Legend. There are plenty of people who do. For me, it didn't work for all of my jobs, so it didn't work for me. Oh.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
It's just something that's going to work.
This is just our opinions. If you value our opinion, then whatever. And if you don't, whatever. Okay, guys, until next month, please below, let us know what you guys want. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. It could be anything. Get creative. We will talk about anything. I mean, we've been doing window cleaning, but if you guys want to go a little off topic, we're happy to do it. Chris doesn't care if we do it. So just let us know what you guys want to talk about. And yeah.
Let's
okay.
do it. All right, cool.
Bye.
Later.